Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for June 6th, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern. Intention is powerful. Intention is the main crux of how this universe operates. Man cannot discover new oceans unless he has the courage to lose sight of the shore. Andre Gill. Moving energy into form. One of the biggest mysteries of this civilization. The most wonderful things manifest effortlessly in our lives when we take the steps to increase our vibration, our manifesting vibration. Whenever a person opens their joy valve, expands their financial frequency, or increases the vitality in their auric field, that human being will naturally attract their desires easier, faster, and have more fun doing so. When you learn how to increase your vibration to its maximum for 90 days in a row, you will feel effortlessly, and you'll manifest the life of your dreams. When our manifesting vibration is low and heavy, I think this is getting more and more, people are more and more aware. We feel blocked, stuck, and unable to create anything abundant in our lives. Nothing feels right or tends to go our way. Every day seems like a struggle to survive, and we find that we stop believing in the power of manifestation. We've attracted this opportunity today for a big reason, is to focus on manifesting anything that we need in life, as if it's just, it moves into autopilot, automatic. How hard is it for anyone to hand anyone a check for $100,000 if your hand is closed in a tight fist? So you picture that. You're handing someone a $100,000 check, and their fist is just gripped tight. When our minds are negative and filled with doubts and fear, they behave just like the closed fist. It just wants to defend, protect itself, and retreat into its cave of not trusting anyone. This is a stressful, fear-based vibe, and it makes our lives feel small, like we are it's like a white-knuckled fist reacting to life with a state of fight, flight, or freeze. When our minds are open, they act like an open hand, allowing us to welcome in more abundance than we know and what to do with. We also receive more love, joy, and freedom as a result of being so open. We find ourselves becoming more open, relaxed, creative, and having a lot more fun. This is when the most amazing things start manifesting for us naturally. Once we've learned how to increase our vibrational frequencies and to keep them there, our minds will remain open 24 hours a day. And we will understand how to perfect this mastership and the magnetizing power of our minds. This is a permanent shift in our consciousness, and it will change everything across the board. Our field of influence will grow, and we will feel like a more vibrant, radiant human being. When we are living in this state of energy, we are 100% guaranteed to see dramatic positive changes show up randomly in our lives. And we don't have any expectations for it. We don't have any attachments for it. Right now, each of us, notice how relaxed our bodies are about our lives. Feel into what is going on in your life right now. Feel into your finances, your relationships, your health, your love life, your friends, family, and this world. On a scale of 1 to 100, being 100 being the most relaxed, what number would you place yourself at right in this now? Are you closer to 1 or 100? Now ask yourself, what needs to happen today for you to move closer to 100? What do you need to think, do, become, or experience so that you feel more relaxed about your life right now? The more relaxed you can become, the higher your manifesting vibration will grow. A relaxed body can expand consciousness, and this will help each of us become aligned with our life's highest destiny. The more we can relax our bodies right now, the more we can awaken that divine intelligence that is buried inside of us. This higher intelligence is what allows us to uncover our most empowered, creative, and naturally successful life. Imagine in 3 months from today, you are living a life much more abundant than the life you have right now. Everything is easier, and you feel more confident and successful at what you attempt to pursue. That old life that you were struggling with is gone, and you have taken on a powerful manifesting mindset. And this is simply moving energy, consciously moving energy into form, creating it into reality. You have raised your entire vibration and reached a higher state of consciousness, and you start allowing yourself to manifest much easier and faster. Think about what it is going to take for you to make this happen. What do you need to say no to, and what do you need to say yes to? Make a list of everything you can think of. Writing it down often allows us to see our insights tomorrow and keep opening the door to making this a long-term shift in our lives. Others can just imprint it. Find ecstasy within yourself. It is not out there. It is in your innermost flower. The one you are looking for, and always have been looking for, is you. You are the traveler. You are the destination. In experiencing the ecstasy of your own being, you have achieved the final goal. Okay. All of us have this ability. Not a few of us. All of us have this ability. It's our natural state of being. It's quite interesting that much of our natural state of being is something that we aren't familiar with because we're outside of ourselves. Every single second of our existence, how do you begin to increase your vibrational frequency on an ongoing basis? Giving thanks for what is. That's it. Giving thanks for what is. No matter what it is, may not be that great. May not be great at all. May be spectacular when you give thanks for what is. We all align ourselves with the divine, the God's within us. And we simply choose to be thankful for this experience in every spare moment. And we all will soon feel how effortless, synchronistic, and magical our days become. Resting in deep gratitude for everything. Resting in total relaxation for everything. Not fighting it, not arguing to yourself about it, not fearing, fretting, worrying about it, pushing it, hurrying it, moving it. Resting in deep gratitude for everything. This is how you really want to know how to increase your vibrational frequency. That's the very primer to it all. The very primer to it all. The singer exists only in singing. The walker exists only in walking. So is the ego. The ego exists only in clinging, in possessing things, in dominating things. When there is no domination, no desire to dominate, no desire to cling, no desire to possess, this is when the ego starts evaporating. Picture yourselves, try a little experiment with yourself this coming week. Consider that your grand soul purpose in this life is simply to trust in every experience that you are having within. Trust in every feeling, every thought, belief, emotion, trust in your intuition, and each situation you are a part of. Trust so fully and so deeply that everything inside of you relaxes completely. Watch how your mind and ego tend to resist trust at first. And in time, they will slowly dissolve into it. When your trust is absolute on the inner world, it will overflow into everyone in your outer world. Trust in yourself first. There's no other way. Trust in yourself first. And what is occurring within you is the right experience you're learning the most from. Making trust bigger than the actual thought, judgment, or life experience is one of the quickest ways to find the God source within you. Right now, right in this moment, tell yourselves that it's possible to trust in yourself 100% this week. Imagine you are doing this and embracing the divine being you truly are. The simple energy of trusting in this life is the secret to opening the doorway to the deep, eternal, loving God source. It's really not a tough job. If you consider the other possible techniques others are doing to try and reach God. So I invite you, I challenge you, and I dare you to fully explore this experience of deep trust. Relax fully into it. and let it spread all throughout your life. Take on this trusting invitation first thing in the morning. Feel that it's extremely safe to let down all your guards today and walk around with a receptive, trusting heart, welcoming, a heart welcoming in life with a big smile. Just try it for 24 hours. See what manifests. Explore the sensations of being open, welcoming, and accepting with all beings, animals, plants, situations, experiences, and material things. Now, if it doesn't feel comfortable and it feels silly or ridiculous, keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Because your ego mind will fight it. But it wouldn't fight it forever. As we relax into this moment and become more open and available to life, to this life, all our fears, phobias, and pains from the past cannot be found anymore. They are like shadows that disappear when the sunlight enters. All your hardness and skepticism melts into the sea of this divine trusting energy. Do not underestimate the magnitude of this simple trusting practice. It is powerful enough to transform yourself and everyone in your world. There's another great secret to instantly awaken your connection with the great God source within you. This is for those who find it absolutely impossible to let their guard down and trust anything at all. The sweet secret is to enter the black hole of emptiness inside you and let it empty out yourself completely. Merge with the emptiness, and it will help you let go of everything. Just surrender everything inside you and be free from everything. Let go of your attachment to everything, thought, and feeling you're having. Release your addictions, desires, compulsions, wishes, and beliefs into the empty unknown. Throw everything inside yourself into the emptiness until you are 100% empty. You won't feel or be disappointed at what happens next. The next experience that manifests in this emptying out process is very liberating. When you are total in your letting go, releasing it all into the emptiness, you create a fresh space for something brand new to enter you. When every hard, cold neurosis is out of the way, the pendulum tends to swing back towards feeling nurtured and nourished by this life. The soft, warm, loving presence of your own soul steps in, and you feel as if life is holding you so closely, warmly, and exquisitely. The emptiness suddenly becomes very full, and you feel as if you've become a newborn baby suckling on the great universal mother's breast. It feels good to know that the great sacred God source is here now, waiting patiently for each of us to empty ourselves out. This is the one quick way to immediately reach into her. It's good to know that the magic of discovering the God source within happens in the simple, sweet presence of your own company. When you are truly alone, try these techniques. Let yourself allow this awesome, indescribable God force pierce through your heart, soul, and consciousness. The pure God source energy is already penetrating all of us. We are simply not aware of it. The God source will never reject or deny us. It is always ready for us to open, wanting to move into us, and there is nothing we can do to change this. Nothing. We must choose to be aware, however, that the mind is always trying to make something happen. It will try to pave a straight, firm path towards what it thinks God is. Yet it's this narrow mind habit which causes us to miss God every single time. The universal God source is too vast, deep, and enormous for the mind to even begin to contain. The moment we empty our minds and let down our resistances to love, we discover how fun it is to bow down to the divine. It's in this moment that the God source flows into us, and we are consciously aware. When we are the most surrendered, still, and in the most humble state of ecstasy. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Albert Einstein. And remember, the law of detachment means that in order to acquire anything in the physical universe, you have to relinquish your attachment to it. The law of detachment means that in order to acquire anything in the physical universe, you must relinquish your attachment to it completely. This doesn't mean you give up your intention to create your desire. You don't give up the intention, and you don't give up the desire. You give up your attachment to the result. Deepak Chopra. This is so important. The gratitude 24/7. Opening ourselves up and cleansing and dumping all the debris out. Buddha once said, attachment leads to suffering. And what he meant by this was that whenever we become attached to a desire, belief, thought, feeling, or anything for that matter, we needlessly suffer. The suffering arises because attachment is an energy born out of fear. Lack and disconnection to our source. We tighten our grip on certain desires because deep down we believe we need to manifest them in order to feel safe, happy, secure, or loved. Now, this overly tight grip on life means we are not feeling the natural connection in our hearts to the great healing source and spirit within ourselves. And as long as the mind continues to circulate, in this vicious attachment dilemma, we can never truly relax and fully access this ever-expanding, all-loving spiritual source that radiates at our very core. Whenever happiness is determined by any thought, feeling, or external event, this is something to be very aware of. Whenever happiness is determined by any thought, feeling, or external event, then we become a slave to it. And the great egoic cycle of suffering begins. Expectations and disappointments are great examples of how attachment leads to suffering. If the big desire we all had today manifested or didn't manifest, it then becomes the main leading cause of our happiness and unhappiness. The very instant we become attached to a thought, we end up forgetting about love, about joy, freedom, and the endless possible things we can be thankful for. The grip onto any thought narrows and eventually blocks our energy, creativity, and vibration. So we cannot perceive any new ideas or options available. So perhaps you might be asking, how can we be passionate about our desires in this life and yet approach them in a non-attached, easygoing way? The secret is the middle path. If we are too attached or too unattached to our desires, they won't manifest. We must hold the baby bird in our hands, not too tight, or we'll suffocate, and not too loose, or it will fly away. The real secret is finding our natural connection to Source that is always coming from trust and is free from worry and fear. Our desires have this natural tendency to manifest faster than the speed of light when we are walking down the middle of this road. Attachment is a habit that we learned from society. We are suffering because we are gripping too tightly or too loosely onto our thoughts. The mind gets hooked into beliefs that say, I don't have the money, I don't have the knowledge, the power, the energy, information, or understanding to manifest what I desire. Or the mind cannot hold long enough onto the idea or feeling that I do have money, knowledge, power, energy, information, or understanding to manifest what I desire. Whatever we believe is what we create. It isn't even debatable, not even for a split second. And thus we manifest this amazing, effortless manifesting adventure or a perpetual daily struggle to survive. It's not about getting what you want. It's about wanting what you've got. Sheryl Crow. It's not about getting what you want. It's about wanting what you've got. The Buddha always said the secret to enlightenment is finding the middle path. To find the middle path, we must look within ourselves, stepping out of the periphery and towards our total center. The real work we are here to do is not just on the outer world, yet also the inner. All our outer struggling is a pointer directing us back inside. Suffering is a great teacher, showing us where not to go and what not to do anymore. Pain is like a hot poker, directing us back off and rest inside until we are finding the middle path. When we listen to our bodies, we can naturally find a way to loosen or tighten our grip on this life. And then this ultimate freedom simply finds us. It's quite magical how it all unfolds. The universe rewards us when we truly trust in it. If you want to see if you're too attached to a thought, just notice what's happening in your body. Whenever the mind becomes overly attached to any idea, a tension in the body forms. And when we think that thought, the more tension we have in our body, the less receptive we become to allowing that desired outcome into our lives. Isn't that interesting? The mind tends to be a cling master and ultimate skeptic of life. It hasn't learned how to trust life, and so we need to retrain it. Whenever the mind thinks this universal power is not real, and we all get that, it's not real, permanent, and trustworthy. We need to remind it that it is. So when the mind comes in with that, you say, excuse me, mind, it is. When we can stop clinging to thoughts, things, feelings, people, memories, We will begin to trust the universe, and trusting the universe will provide all of our needs. We can stop working so hard. We can retire our illusions and take a rest from our daily worrying and fears. We can use our precious time appreciating and basking in the divine source that is already here now. Challenges are what makes this life interesting. Overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. Joshua Marie. Explore a powerful healing exercise right now. This is a great exercise. It can actually be a lot of fun to do. It will give you instant clarity on how to find your middle path. And here it is. All you got to do, when you can take a moment during the course of your day, write down every belief that you think is causing you suffering. Write down every belief that you think is causing you suffering. Take a closer look at what you are deeply attached to having, being, or doing. Find out what are the things, beliefs, judgments, and opinions that your mind is currently attached to. It may take a bit, few weeks, to completely unravel yourself, yet keep looking and continuously searching for what is the root cause of your suffering. Discover exactly what are you desiring that you think will give you complete freedom, love, abundance, or satisfaction. Research yourself deeply. Explore the truth of who and what you are. Find out what social beliefs, societal belief habits you've been programmed with. Make a list. Check it twice. Find out exactly where and when you've been naughty or nice. Upon deeper investigation into yourself, you'll discover that the mind only becomes attached to certain thoughts that it feels are lacking from inside. Meaning, deep down inside, the person who has 3 master's degrees and 2 PhDs is some attachment to the belief that they are stupid and unintelligent. If a person is a workaholic, always seeking to attain more money, it means deep down inside, they feel a great fear of being poor. That person feels they have to protect themselves from poverty by building up huge resources in their bank accounts. The more money a person needs to accumulate, the deeper the wounding is around feeling worthy, abundant, and secure inside. When we look deep and long, honest enough inside ourselves, we see that this pendulum swing is always the case. After you've got your list of thoughts that cause you suffering, you still don't know how to transcend them. It's time to take a more spiritual route. Imagine what it feels like to be connected, resting, and in perfect union with the divine infinite source inside. Behind every negative belief is a positive one. And lurking beneath both of these beliefs is the secret to being free. When we find the middle path to life, to this life, we start appreciating everything again. When we can trust and naturally relax, we will start basking in the magical divine source that is already here now. Just remember, all of us are always connected to a source of infinite power and energy. There is an internal, eternal love source inside you, and this is the only place you can find true, everlasting security. Come to know and trust deep down that you have the God-given power to manifest the life of your dreams. And it is vital to understand that the mind has been greatly misguided. It has been fed beliefs that simply are smaller truths. The greatest truth of all is the one that will liberate all of us on every level. It is the one that doesn't need to believe anything. It knows the feeling of real sustainable success cannot come from striving reaching and trying to attain a bigger and better outcome. And remember, most people in the Western world are wrapped up in this striving belief system. So watch out for this societal hypnotism. It's a mass manipulative belief disease going around. The desiring dis-ease is very prevalent out there. And believing that other normal people believe is the main reason why your mind continues to fall again and again and again back into the experience of suffering. If one advances confidently into the direction of his or her dreams and endeavors to live the life which he or she has imagined, he or she will meet with a success unexpected in common hours. Henry David Thoreau. Releasing attachment is absolute imperative. And do this before you go to bed tonight. Read through it again when you wake up in the morning. Imagine in your right hand is a deflated orange balloon, which is attached to a string. Put the string in your left hand. Start blowing all your attachments, problems, and issues and worries into this huge balloon. You have a magical breath that can breathe the thing or thought you are attached to right out of your body. The more attachments you put in, the bigger the balloon becomes. When you have emptied yourself completely, the balloon automatically closes its valve and you let go of the string. It begins to float straight up into the sky. Watch it move far away from your life. Notice if there are areas in your body where you feel a release from the attachments. In these places, imagine breathing in a warm, golden, healing light. Feel the sense of relief and tightness in your body now that you are free from all attachments, worries, and concerns right now. All of us can do this. It is our commitment to ourselves to do it. Take several minutes after you've done this exercise to allow this lighter feeling to reach every cell of your body. Relax into your body and into the spiritual being you truly are. Know that you are infinite, eternal, and will never die. Be aware of this freeing, eternal feeling throughout your entire day, and you'll begin to experience a tremendous shift in your ability to effortlessly manifest the life that you desire and enjoy. If you're still looking for that one person who will change your life, take a look in the mirror. So if you will, go to the place where you are not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is to relax our bodies. Head to toe, inside out. You are not the body. You learn to master the body. All your fears and worries and stresses, like we've been talking about in this guided meditation, are not needed. It's the mind and the ego that slaps us with them, pastes them on us. This is all about mastering the mind and the ego. It's all about embracing the gods that we all are within ourselves. So when that body relaxes that you're in, it's not carrying the stresses, the tensions, the fears, the worries, the anxieties, the hurriedness, the haphazardness, all of it. Why do we incessantly carry it? Because we're living in the mind and not the God. That's why. We're living in the mind and not the God that we are. That's why we suffer. Because the mind controls and directs us. with its buddy, the ego. But when you become consciously aware, one step at a time, you know this. So your choice is simple. To learn how to embrace the God that you are. And to leave the mind and the ego to tend you, not manage you. So as your body relaxes head to toe, inside and out, because there's no stress. You don't have any attachments. You direct to the universe with the deepest of trust. Exactly what it is, through the heart-mind, and then let it go. You don't visit it. You don't need to harp on it. You don't need to obsess about it. That's where we stop the flow. When we all do that at times. And it's not like we're consciously aware of it. But this is the total awakening. This is what it's all about. Because you ain't seen nothing yet. So when we relax the body, we automatically move into the now. And the now is really all we have. Does it make any sense to say, well, I have a past? No, you don't. You had a bunch of nows, and now it's over. It's dead. You extracted what you needed, and that's all there is to it. There's nothing in the past. It's dead. We have memories. We keep the memories. Some of them aren't too great. Some of them are spectacular. But a lot of the times we concentrate on the wonderful memories. A song, something can just click, and we're there with it. But the one thing we do know is that we don't stay there. We don't stay in the past. Why would we? It's dead. Old stuff has no life. But some of us will stay there long enough, so we'll drag it into a future that doesn't exist. We'll create that future from that past, and we'll relive that past in that future. A lot of people are wondering, they wonder to themselves that they're always ending up in the same place no matter what they do in their lives. It's very similar all the time. Some of us will go into the future that doesn't exist. We create the future in the now. You see how the mind and the ego seduces? That's how it works. That is not a natural state of being. It's what we've been taught. So we begin to understand that why would we go into a future that doesn't exist, asking ourselves constantly, when is this going to happen? When is that going to happen? When am I going to have this? When is this going to take place for me? When am I going to meet the right person? When am I going to have the right job? When? And you talk about suffering. So, in the past or in the future, constantly suffering, stressing, and worrying. You see how it works? The middle road, the middle ground. Not stepping to the left or the right, staying on the middle ground. Walking through the center with total trust in the God that you are and the universe that is there to only serve you. Now, how do we stay in the now? Because in the now, we still the mind and the ego and the subconscious mind. We step outside of them. We can watch them. We can learn from them. We can learn how to master them. And when we do that, eventually, they end up disintegrating. So you still the mind. You're in the now. How do you stay in the now? Your divine positive energy, your breath. And your breath is divine, and it can only be positive. Why? Because the soul enters that body you're in, it powers up that body. The body then begins to function. The breath then kicks in. The breath sustains the body that holds the soul. And the soul is the energy that makes that all possible for the body and itself. So when we wander off, because none of us are exempt from it, and we don't even know half the time that we're doing it, and the majority of the time we're wandering off in thoughts that aren't even ours. And you've experienced it. You're focused on something, the next thing you know, you're off in these different thoughts. That's when you cut your finger. That's when you stub your toe. That's when you trip. I mean, all of those things are reminders you're not focused. You're not on the moment. Thoughts are pulling you away. When you concentrate on your divine positive energy, your breath, you're automatically 3,000% in the now. Every single time. So it's easy to do. Whenever you're consciously aware you're doing it, it becomes automatic. You just move into the now with your breath. It focuses you, relaxes you, eases you, de-stresses you, calms you. The breath. And most people would say, who would have thunk it, that the breath was that important? And you'll never take your breath for granted again. So you look at the body, remember, you're the God holding the body. The body is cradled within your hold. So everything is serene. You look at the body, and you notice these 7 wheels of life. They go from your tip of your tailbone to the top of the head. They're all different colors. They're all different shapes, different flower shapes, different geometrical designs in the centers. That's where you, the God, flows. Now, these are not chunks of something that you can feel, touch. They're etheric, spiritual plane. And what do you think the God is that you are? Etheric, spiritual plane. So you flow through these energy vortexes, these chakras, and you're connected to all the organs of the body, all the blood flow, everything. Nothing is left untouched. So the God force, love, light energy flows to your body 24/7 until it decides to leave the body. Then the body ceases its function. To feel that you're the God flowing through your body, through these energy vortexes. And you, the mind and the ego, creates, real simply put, the red wheel of light, the red chakra, right? The root chakra. That's where we begin the God flow, along with our divine positive energy, our breath. That deals with our financial, our survival, money, food, and it blocks the God that you are by fear. Orange wheel of light, sacral chakra, deals with our pleasure, sexuality, ease, joy, and it is blocked by guilt. Then we go to the yellow wheel of light, the solar plexus chakra. This deals with our willpower, and it's blocked by shame. So you begin to understand, and all of this is connected to everything in the body. The emerald green wheel of light, the heart chakra. It deals with love. It's our ability to love. And it's blocked by grief. When you're in grief, you cannot love. The God that you are is blocked for the flow through these energy vortexes throughout the body. Why do you think we have things happen? Emotionally, physically. And then move to the blue wheel of light, throat chakra. This deals with truth. And it's blocked by lies. And then we go to the indigo wheel of light. It's the third eye chakra. The Ashna. This is our intuition, sense of purpose and direction in this life. It's our ability to focus and see the big picture. And it is blocked by illusion. And then the crown chakra. This is our cosmic energy, our direct connection to the God source we are. And it is blocked by ego attachment. So when we know this, and we start to become intimately an understanding of the gods that we are, and we've released our attachments, our anxieties, our fears, our expectations, and we walk the middle road, we begin to understand all this. It unfolds very simply. And it brings us to our natural state of being, the gods that we are. Now we can hold this energy at the tops of our heads. We're like a perpetual energy fountain. The God source comes and flows through the energy vortexes, spreads throughout the body, comes up to the top of the head, funnels, and sprinkles down back around into the sacral, the root chakra, and back up again. It's all the time. And so we hold that at the top of our heads. And we are love, we are God, and we are one. And in that brief period of time, we condense and compress it to pure liquid energy. Omnipotently powerful. And we release it over our pineal glands. Think of it, feel that. Now, our pineal glands are not fully healthy functioning. They're operating, but not at top capacity. Now, you can see your pineal gland any way you choose through your heart, mind, motion picture. I see it as a rosebud, green ball. And as soon as I release this omnipotently powerful liquid energy over it, it immediately transforms into a massive rose, fully blown, with multicolored petals and a fragrance that is just spectacular. And it sends out emits these waves continuously that just saturate me. And you have no weight, and you feel as light as the air. And you have this massive flooding of the deepest eternal love, the deepest of eternal gratitude, and the deepest of eternal peace. And then you discover it is you, the God. It is this. You're the rose, and the rose is you. These bodies we're in, our higher self, our spirit, our soul, our heart mind, our ego mind, our God, our pure consciousness, all one. And the soul in the body is the heaven, and the body is the earth. And we are literally heaven on this earth. Only those who are consciously aware see this heaven, experience it. And every step we take, we create paradise. And we see and feel the paradise. We experience it. And we glow. And we literally do glow. And we send our God force, love, light, energy at 360 degrees emanating out constantly. So we're this omnipotent bright light. So we create a God planet because we're the gods on the planet, in the bodies, that glows, that is a paradise, because we shine our light 24/7. And we are heaven on earth. A God planet paradise that is a light that can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Now, we're all parts of each other. It is not debatable. The mind and ego will try to convince you otherwise, but we are all one. So we're all part of each other. Some of us are not, some parts are not awake. Others are just clearing their eyes, and others are awake. So, right now, we have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, and the archetypes. We have the ascended masters: Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Christ, El Morya, Abundancia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua. Many, many, many more. Now, the archangels, their civilization vibrate at a different frequency than we do. This is why we don't see them like we see each other. But we do meet with them. And we meet with them quite a bit. We don't zero in on it because we're so distracted with the outside world. But some of us do. And after we have the meeting, it dawns on us. And more this happens as we become more consciously aware. There was an angel. And they all have the same message. It's just delivered in a multitude of ways. And it's for us to figure it out. But it boils down to this. Isn't it magna glorious, absolutely spectacular, phenomenal, bright, to be alive in these bodies? And when you understand that to the deepest core of the God that you are, you'll be in total bliss. Now, they can surround any one of us at any one time in large numbers, tens of thousands. Because of their vibrational frequency, they can house a large number in a small area. And that is bliss, too. Now, they said to masters, they have mastered ascension into physical form, out of physical form, hold pure consciousness, God form. We have ascended into physical form, are mastering physical form, creating our experiences and perfecting our creations. Now, some of us will learn deeply to understand that we are the light. So when we decide to leave these bodies, we are the light. We don't follow the light, we are the light. Now we reach out to all the parts of us that are awake, consciously aware. As the archangels, cherubim, seraphim, and the ascended masters, all are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And we call upon all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever that are out there. Yet only those that are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and be with us in this now, in this meditation, form this circle of light, and complete liberation of this planet. Now they come in the Gogaplexes. One Gogaplex fills this entire universe with no sacred space to spare. They come in trillions of Gogaplexes from trillions of universes from every direction. And they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming this circle of light, complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya in this now. And they come in the billions, and they're with us now consciously. We call upon all the off-worlders, all the galactics, all the celestials, yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, form this circle of light, in the complete liberation of this planet. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. The ones that we're somewhat familiar with, the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Sirians, the Felines, the Reticuli, the Nords, the Greys, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian, many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage, our own self-imposed slavery. And they are with us now in massive numbers consciously. Call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime, the whole lifetimes that we've inhabited, yet only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light, in the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. And in the billions, they're with us now, consciously. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms, on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. Yet only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, to form this circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. Now, they come in the trillion shapes, color, sizes, forms, configurations of which we've never seen. As a matter of fact, the eyes with these bodies only see 1% of what is. Now, the ones that we're somewhat familiar with, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And in the trillions, they are with us now consciously. And we're all gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one. And we're all God. And we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. Immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This circle of light emanates from the God force, love, light, energy in each and every one of us. It is so brilliant that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1,000 trillion suns to come close to its radiance. And this is pure, deep, eternal love. And it is flooding us all, inside and out, head to toe. All of our brothers and sisters, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, constant, saturating and flooding with the highest high of vibrational frequencies of deep, pure, eternal love. When we begin to ascend above this planet, as we do, we're met with this massive ocean of glitter. It is everywhere. It is reflecting all of us gathered in this meditation, hundreds of millions of us on and off planet, reflecting back and forth multitude of vibrant colors. We seek out the reflective, which is these microscopic tiny etched mirrors. We go into them and we discover that we're all students and teachers of each other, for each other, with each other. Endless. It's absolutely spectacular. We're always teaching each other. We're always learning from each other, whether consciously or unconsciously. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that reminds us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that reminds each and every single one of us that we are imbued from head to toe, inside and out, with a white fire armor. It isn't a knight's armor. It is our God Force Love Light Energy armor from the gods within these bodies that we are. It cannot be penetrated. No lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, no demon possessions, no dark arts or magic can penetrate it, can harm us 24/7. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency, whether consciously or unconsciously, low enough, through hatred and anger, revenge and greed, deception, manipulation, envy, hurriedness, stress, worry, fear, anxiety, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. If you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with the violet, the blue, purple transmuting flame. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are completely vaporized and gone permanently. We are then met with the violet ray. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the violet ray. Right behind the purple transmuting flame, we can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring the highest of the highest high of pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We're then met with the golden, pink, white light. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the rain and the rainbows. We are the clouds in the sky. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the ocean fronts. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams, the animals, the soils. We are everything, and everything is us. So the next time you view a sunset or a sunrise and you're just gobsmacked, it is you. You're the divineness. You're the beauty. You're the grace. You're the power. You're everything. We continue to ascend above the planet. Some of us step outside our physical form, hover effortlessly above them, if we're carrying physical form. And why do we do this? Because we can. We come into full contact with this massive crystalline light tower. We created this tower, larger than the solar system. The center of the column is this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is a golden white light, ball of light, surrounded by ribbons of beautiful, vibrant colors, endless. And they're all sending out waves, saturating the soul, eternally. And the golden white ball of light pure, deep, eternal love. And then the other rings that are flooding us, pure, deep, eternal gratitude, pure, deep, eternal peace, well-being, great wealth, great abundance, great prosperity, joy, bliss, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, tranquility, benevolence. It is unending. And it isn't coming from out there. It is coming from all of us, the gods that we are. It is us, and we are it. At the top of this column, we designed it so that the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees as it continues to do with all of us. Excuse me. And it is flooding us right now. Deep eternal love, deep eternal gratitude, deep eternal peace. It is unending. The vibrance and the flow, lifting all vibrational frequencies. We are drops of that golden ocean, and we hold the essence of that golden ocean, and that golden ocean is the drops, and the drops are the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. It's set center circle. We created this meditative sphere over 3 years ago. It holds well over 1,400 of our meditations in perpetual motion. Hundreds of millions of us on and off planet every day. The highest of the highest high intents of pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. Always. Never ending. Flooding us all. Head to toe, inside now. This is why this sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And you feel it. If you're still looking for that one person who will change your life, take a look in the mirror. I'll join you in the meditation. Return to close us out.
Take an easy breath in through the nose. And an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly.
The most powerful ways to increase abundance in our lives is learning how to train our minds to focus in one continuous direction for an extended period of time, without obsession, without attachment, without expectation. This is one of the great hidden secrets to manifesting. Once the mind can focus, it will listen and obey your every command. And it's about creating a new relationship with yourself where you honor the power within you and accept that you can create anything you desire. Mastering the mind is the golden key to magnetizing anything you want to have, do, or experience in this lifetime. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. And we will return here Monday, June 7th, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.